Hello, and welcome to Lamplight Crochet. My name is Laura. This is just a fun little project that I designed the other day. I call it my candy cane striped jar, and it's just made from Red Heart Super Saver medium worsted weight yarn with an eye hook. And it's made predominantly out of the half double crochet stitch from beginning to end and a slip stitch. Very easy. It makes up very quickly. And it makes for a very good gift for like a child's or Christmas party at school, or just maybe to give as a gift to a friend, or to set in your home as a decorative piece. So you'll need also a yarn needle and a sharp pair of scissors to complete this project. Obviously you'll need the Red Heart Super Saver medium worsted weight yarn in red and white. You can choose to make this in any color you want. I intended this for a Christmas gift, but do whatever you want with this. And you will also need a peanut butter jar. I just used a clear plastic peanut butter jar on the inside of this. I also made it as a sleeve. It doesn't fit completely over the bottom, so you can remove it and place other colors of sleeves that you might make separately later on. And the dimensions of the peanut butter jar are 11 inches around and 5.5 inches high approximately. So if you find a jar that's approximate to that, that will work for this project. All right, let's begin. Okay, in order to begin our candy cane jar sleeve, remember this is a sleeve and it does not go all the way under the jar. We need to chain 38. So in order to put the yarn on the hook, we're going to make a slip knot. This video is going to be very good for beginners. So we take the yarn like this in our left hand and we wrap it around the top two fingers, and then we grab the yarn up there, turn our hand over, put the hook underneath the first piece, grab the second and pull it through. Then we pull the two main pieces of yarn on the outer sides until it forms a slip knot on the hook, and the yarn should be able to slip up and down the hook like this fairly easily. Now we need to chain 38, and the way that we do that is we wrap the yarn around the back side of the hook and we pull it through. Let's do that again. Wrap around, pull through, that's number 2. Wrap around, pull through, number 3, 4, and I will meet you after we have both done 38 chains. We've reached 38 chain stitches, so the next thing to do is to join this in a circle without twisting it. And if you haven't conquered that yet, I'll show you how to do that easily. You take your thumb on top of the chain and you follow along and make sure that the top of the chain is facing you at all times. Now the top of the chain is flat, but the bottom of the chain is bumpy. You can see the difference there. So we want the top of the chain to face us at all times as we draw our hand along it. And we're going to go clear to the very end without letting it twist. We continue to the end. Now, keeping that chain top facing us, we turn it and then place the hook in the very first one. Make sure you keep the chain top facing you at all times. Now that we've placed the hook in that very first one to join, we're going to bring the working yarn, let's get the tail out of the way there. We're going to bring the working yarn around the hook from the back, pull it through the first one, and pull it through the second. We now have a join without a twist, and I'll show you. You should be able to lay this down and look at the entire thing with the top facing up. All right, so that's how you join without a twist. Now we're going to chain up 2, so we wrap around the hook, 1, 2, and this is made from half double crochet. So the way we do a half double crochet is we wrap the yarn around the hook. We're going to place the hook in the first chain to the left, not the one that we joined in, but the next one over. So we place it down in there under the top piece of yarn only. We wrap around again, pull it through. We now have 3 pieces of yarn on the hook. Wrap around and pull through all 3 of those pieces. That is a half double crochet. Let's do that again. Now we are crocheting in the top smooth side. Make sure you're doing that. Wrap around, go into the next one, the top of the next chain. Wrap around again, pull through, wrap around again, pull through all 3. Now we're going to go to the end of the round doing this same stitch all the way around. You should come to 37 half double crochet by the very end of this round. I'll meet you back there. All right, we're supposed to have 37 half double crochet at the end of this. I just completed 36 half double crochets. I'm going to do number 37 in the very last chain. And now that I have 3 pieces of yarn on my hook, I need to switch colors because the very first round of this is only 1 round of red, and we want to switch off to the white. So we take our white and we just leave a little tail there, not very long. We kind of bend it and we hook it into the red and pull it through as if we were doing the red in that last stitch. And you can tighten this all up by pulling all the tail ends and whatnot whenever you pull that through. Okay, so now we are going to join by placing our hook in the second or top chain 2 space where we very first started this round. So we count up 1, 2, and it's going to be right there. We're going to wrap around with the white because we are now working with white, and we're going to pull it on through. So now we have joined our new color pretty much seamlessly. People cannot tell. And so we are going to chain 2, 1, 2. We are ready to begin our new row in white. We are going to wrap around and go into the next stitch, wrap around, pull through, wrap around, pull through all 3. That is our very first half double crochet for this round in white. So we're going to continue all the way around, and we will end with 37 half double crochet at the end of this round, and I'll meet you there. Okay, we've reached the end of our first white round, and we have 37 half double crochet. That is not counting this little chain 2 at the beginning, so do not be counting that in your 37. We are ready to join, and we need another row of white, so we're not going to change colors this row. We're going to join in the second chain, so the second top of the chain there. We wrap around, pull through, and pull on through as a slip stitch. Now we're going to chain up 2 again. That's to raise the hook in order to do the type of stitch that we have here, which is half double crochet. We're going to wrap around and go into the top of the next stitch and do a half double crochet. So we will continue to work around this round doing a half double crochet in order to reach 37 once again. And I'll meet you back there to show you one more time how to change colors into the next color. Okay, I've reached the end of my red round, and this is going to be the last round of the jar so that I can show you how to do the slip stitch on top of the last round to finish off the project. So when we come to the one round at the very top, which is round 13, we are going to join just as we always have with a slip stitch. And once again, the way we do that is we count up to 1, 2 to the top chain piece. And we put the hook through there, wrap around, pull through again, and that is a slip stitch. Now we are just going to repeat that slip stitch all the way around this row. And the slip stitch is really something that you just use to finish something off a lot of times, or go from one point to another without raising the yarn in any way. So we put our hook in, wrap around, pull through again. The hook goes into the next stitch, wrap around, pull through, we pull through again, and we want this to be fairly loose. Don't pull this really tight. Wrap around, pull through again, and see how it's kind of making just a finished off look there. So we're going to continue around. There will be 37, and when we get to the very end of it, we will just slip stitch to the very first one to finish off this project. Okay, we'll see you there. Okay, I have just finished what would be the very last single round at the top, round 13, with the slip stitch. And so now I'm just going to slip stitch to the very first slip stitch of that round in order to completely finish off. Now what we would do is take the yarn and cut it about this high up, pull it the rest of the way through, and that's where we will take our yarn needle, and after we've clipped all of the yarn off and everything in tails, we will take the yarn needle and put this through the eye here and come back inside its own color. We'll come back inside its own color and weave the ends in, okay? Weave them in so that they can't be seen, and then just snip it off. You don't need to tie knots, and we would just clip that off and it will be held secure. So that will complete the candy cane jar sleeve. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue using this 11-inch around, 5.5-inch tall plastic jar. It's a peanut butter jar. I cleaned it up perfectly well and used it for this Christmas decor. But I am going to change out this sleeve through the holidays, and I'm sure that would be really practical for anybody else to just slip this sleeve off and change it into something else. So if you enjoyed this project, please click subscribe on my channel. And thank you for crocheting along with me, and we'll see you back on see you soon.